All right, folks. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Orbit, potentially exciting episode of Orbit. This time, we are talking about our Nintendo E3 predictions. Last time, I had David on the show to talk about Xbox's E3, some of the things we expect to see, and some of the things that we personally want to see. This time, we've got Smooth back again, and some of you may remember Smooth from the 2020 run of Orbit. Smooth, how have you been, Smooth?
I've
Of
been
course, I
good.
know. Of course, I know how you've been, right? Because
True,
you
true.
know.
I've been good. Nothing much changed in life. Just kind of living, working, gaming, that kind of
spoken
stuff.
like a spoken like a true American, right there.
Yes.
um. So yeah, are you excited for Nintendo's E3? Are you really pumped up about it, or are you kind of indifferent towards it?
I'm usually always excited for Nintendo's E3 because I never really know what to expect sometimes because Nintendo can be an oddball with like what they reveal because like you'll think they won't reveal this, but then they will, and it's always a cool surprise on whatever they're gonna show. I
It
always
is, except
always
Mario
have a good
plus
time watching them.
Rabbids, Ray of Hope, or Sparks of Hope. My
Sparks of
bad,
Hope,
not Ray of
yeah.
Hope. Yeah, Sparks of Hope. Yeah, yeah. That
Which
just kind of dropped. Well, I guess Ubisoft was going to announce it anyway at
yeah,
their Ubisoft Forward event. But it accidentally dropped earlier this morning. We're recording this on Saturday the 12th. So a day before Microsoft's big conference and 3 days before Nintendo's. But yeah, so this morning it leaked on Nintendo's website. A web page popped up for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, sequel to Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the big crossover game between the Mario and Rabbids characters from Ubisoft. And I mean, maybe we should just spend a couple seconds talking about that for a second, because we were talking about it a little bit, off camera, and I was basically saying that I don't really know why they would have made it. I mean, I get that Mario plus Rabbids was successful, but I'm not really sure if that's a game that would warrant a sequel. What do you think about that?
I honestly was not really expecting them to make a sequel to that. I thought it was just gonna be a one and done game,
Yeah.
and uh, yeah, it's just I woke up this morning and I seen the whole like the leak of that game being on the website. I was like, well, this seems familiar. This seems like when it happened to the first game. Except I think if I remember correctly with that one, it was more so it was I think a couple weeks before E3 when that was leaked, and it was more so I think it was the title and just some screenshots of like the cover art
Yeah.
or like some of the
I
weapons, something
uh
like that.
I
But
don't remember
this
seeing
was
anything like that.
but this one was just blown leaked. Like
I was on the web page this morning. I saw somebody tweeted it out, and then I clicked the link to the web page, and it took me to the Nintendo website, and it was a full web page with all the stuff on there. Now I don't know if they took it down later. I mean, they might as well just leave it up at this point because the cat's out of the bag. But yeah. So that is a thing that happened. So that's one Nintendo E3 surprise. I suppose our first surprise of Nintendo's E3. But Smooth, I want to ask you, what exactly do you want out of Nintendo's E3? I know that Nintendo fans oftentimes have really lofty ambitions for Nintendo, myself included at times. But what are some of the things that you would want to see this year from Nintendo?
uh well, I know one of the things that I feel like that I would have liked would have been a sequel to Super Mario Party. But the thing is, I don't know if that will happen now because, the online update that they did, which pretty much might say like if they're even working on a second one or like they're adding more to it or if it's not fully finished, so they're just like delaying it and they just put that online update, to the first one just to be like because that could have probably been the big thing for the sequel, just having online, or they could have just been testing it with the first one. Who really knows what they were doing with that one? Uh, I I mean, there wasn't really many like wishes I was wanting because like some of them are kind of just like most likely won't happen
Yeah, kind of
in
some
like
pipe dreams
Odyssey
in there.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Odyssey 2. I would like that, but I know we just got away from Mario's anniversary and everything. And
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have announced that, they probably would have done that during the anniversary.
I will interject with this real quick. I think that Mario plus Rabbids is the big Mario game for the year. You know, they usually Nintendo has a Mario game or two every single year. I think that Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is it. I'm actually looking at it right there on Twitter. Yeah, I think Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is the big Mario game this year, along with Mario Golf. So I don't think we're gonna get anything else this year, at least, and I don't think we're gonna get any major Mario announcements either.
I thought I said that was coming out in 2022. The
Mario plus
Rabbids.
Rabbids.
Yeah, that's what I thought it said.
Pre-orders are up.
Well, I mean, usually pre-orders are normally up once a game gets announced. So, I mean,
Maybe it
I thought
is.
it was
I don't know.
2022. I could have sworn it was 2022.
All
I got
right.
distracted of seeing Mario with a gun again. It was so weird.
Let me click on this Best Buy page and burn my retinas real quick.
But I know
um,
with that game, like I was seeing people react to it, and it was more so like, oh yeah, that game existed. Oh yeah, I remember liking it. It's like they played it. It's like a lot of people, they played it, they liked it, they forgot it existed, they make a sequel. Oh yeah, that existed. That was pretty
oh,
much.
it has a 20. It does have a 2022 release date. I am
Yeah.
completely wrong.
So,
I'm
but
so corrected.
I don't see a big Mario thing coming this year. I think the only other thing is going to be Mario Golf, unless there's another spin-off Mario game for some reason. But I don't think they would do that. I'm pretty sure the only Mario thing we're going to get at E3 will probably just be more stuff on golf for I forgot what the actual name of it was.
I think that probably at Treehouse they're gonna have a Sparks of Hope demo.
Probably.
I think because that game from the trailer that we saw, it seems like it's in a playable state right now, so they could at least show it, or maybe not. Um, excuse me. Maybe not because usually, with games like Mario plus Rabbids, well, with any game really that appears on Treehouse, most of the time when it appears on Treehouse, that's the same year that it's going to launch.
Yeah.
At least, so I don't know. We might not be seeing that until I suspect that Mario plus Rabbids is going to be an early 2022 release. And when is Mario Golf coming out? That's coming out in July.
No, June 25th this month.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
late June.
So
Gotcha.
that's why I think there's only going to be like maybe a little bit of that game since it's coming out so soon after.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably have that at Treehouse probably just to show more of it off, most likely since I know they did that with one game a couple years ago because it came out like a month later, but they had it on Treehouse.
Right.
But that's honestly I mean, if they announce another like a major big Mario game that would come out for next year, I could see them doing that, but the possibilities of that, yeah, probably not.
What about a 2D Mario game? Think they might drop a surprise 2D Mario on us? They
Uh,
had been talking recently about how the advent of Mario Maker has changed the way they've approached making 2D games.
I would not mind a new 2D Mario game. I just don't know if if they want to make that or not. I'm sure they want to, but since when did Mario Maker 2 come out?
2017, I believe. Oh
Really?
no, wait.
No.
No, not 2017.
The big
My bad.
Mario,
No, no.
the big one for that was Odyssey. I
Yeah,
think it was like
I
2018.
forgot. Yeah, because they surprise dropped it that year.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the year that
Uh,
it came out, they
huh.
did like a surprise drop in a Nintendo Direct, and they were like, "It's coming this year." So it might have been 2018 or 2019.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I could see a new 2D Mario. I would like that. I just hope it's more, well, it's more fleshed out, because I don't want another game that's the same as like the new Super Mario Bros. Games, even though those are fun, but like we need something new. Well, not well, newer, I guess. I don't know. Like new
I,
something
I think
different.
we need something older. I think it's time for the Mario series to take a step back and for them to make like kind of a Sonic Mania of Super Mario Brothers. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the new Super Mario Brothers series isn't feeling very new anymore. You know,
No, it
that
isn't.
series is over 10 years old now. We've been having these quote new Super Mario Brothers games for a very long time. I think it's time for them to really go back to maybe the classics. Maybe give us a I don't know a full actually 2D Mario game all over again. That would be cool. You know, I mean, give it like I said, give it the Sonic Mania treatment in a way, you know, a 2D Mario game, but just with a whole bunch of new elements added to it. I think that would be interesting. I think that would draw in a lot of old and new fans.
Super
Of
Mario Bros.
course,
4.
I guess that could just be labeled as as kind of a pipe dream.
Yeah.
Actually, Super Mario Brothers 4 was Super Mario World, wasn't it?
Uh, oh my God, what was that one? Was it? I think that was like Super Mario Advance something, or
Huh?
was it?
What are you
I don't
talking
know.
about?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
But
But yeah, you can
an
continue.
yeah. Another thing that I would love to see would be that rumored Donkey Kong game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it would be time for a new Donkey Kong game, especially if like because I feel like it would be awesome if they tried 3D again. Because I mean, that is what the rumor suggested, that it would be like like a 3D game.
Where's my 3D Kirby?
And yeah, I know, right? And
I
that's actually another.
I want anything Kirby. I love that guy.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something Kirby, some probably like the next Kirby game,
I hope so.
because I feel
That
like it's time for the next Kirby one.
that'd excite me. I enjoyed a new Kirby game. Yeah.
But especially if the rumor said like it's being made by the people that worked on Odyssey.
See,
It
and I've said this to you before in private, you know, but I guess I'll say it now since we're live. Um, the fact that they said it's being worked on by the same team that worked on Odyssey. You know, I've said that to you before.
Yeah,
Like Nintendo just doesn't operate like that. You know,
yeah.
like
That's
they just don't.
that's why I
Yeah.
said if it was being made by people who worked on Odyssey, not like a full-fledged a specific team, like just people that worked on Odyssey to work on that game. Because I know Nintendo is
Yeah.
different with that.
I know, but like even still, you know, like usually we don't know who's working on a game at Nintendo. You know, when it comes to rumors, like generally speaking, like in the history of Nintendo rumors, like there's not usually a whole lot of talk about like, oh, this person's working on this game at Nintendo and this person's working on this game at Nintendo. Usually we don't really know who's working on what at
Mhm.
Nintendo, you know? Like we may know what they're working on, or we may have rumors about what they're working on, but Nintendo is a very secretive and elusive company. So it's kind of difficult to tell. It's that's why I feel like that rumor kind of gets a little bit on shaky ground when they talk about it's the same team that worked on Odyssey. That's when I'm just like, that's a little that's a little too on the nose, if you ask me.
Yeah, that is true. But I still would not mind that Donkey Kong game being real.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Oh,
I mean, who would mind that? Yeah, that would be great. That would be cool. That would be cool. I mean, I I don't know. I honestly, I mean, I did buy Tropical Freeze on Wii U years and years and years ago. I played the first three levels, never touched it again. And that's not even to comment on the game's quality. It was a good quality game. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. Donkey Kong Country Returns, played it cover to cover, couldn't put it down. Tropical Freeze, bought it, put it in my system, played it for like 15 minutes, never played it again. I don't know what happened. I
That
have no idea.
that was the same with me actually.
I
But
don't I
I
don't know what
didn't
it was.
but I didn't get Tropical Freeze until it came out for the Switch
hmm
because I just was never able to get it on Wii U. So when they said it was coming to Switch, I'm like, "Oh, I can get it now." And I think I've literally only played like the first world. But I do like but the game is really fun and everything. I don't
It
know
was good.
why
I
I don't
liked
know.
what I saw. I don't know what it was. It was weird. It was like for some reason I just was not interested in anything that they were showing me. That's kind of how I feel about this recent Ratchet and Clank game. Where it's like I could objectively say, yes, this game is very good, but I could also say it is not interesting me as much as I thought it would. Um So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but then at the same time, I spent $65 on Ratchet and Clank. I think I spent like $20 or $30 on Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So I feel a little bit more of a monetary incentive to finish Ratchet and Clank.
But aside from the Donkey Kong, I already mentioned Kirby, which
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we will be getting the announcement for the next mainline Kirby
Oh,
game most
confident
likely.
are we? You want to put money on that?
Yes, it's been a while since Star Allies. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the new one in this year. Maybe not releasing this year. I mean, maybe who knows? But I'm
It
pretty sure we're
could.
gonna at least see an announcement.
We still don't know Nintendo's big holiday strategy for this year. So
That's
there
true.
we know there is gonna be some holiday stuff coming on. Last year, what we got, Age of Calamity, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Age of Calamity was last year alongside something else I don't recall. Um,
But
but yeah,
but yeah. Next would be like with Legend of Zelda. I want to see Breath. I want to see like stuff with Breath of the Wild too. I feel like we might see like a teaser or an actual trailer. Who knows? I would just like to see more of that game and just more stuff for their like 35th anniversary, like or the 30th, or his their anniversary. I would maybe they do
I would
something.
love to I would love to see that fabled uh Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask HD re-release.
I would love if they did
I would
what
do
they did with
backflips, bro.
Mario. I would love that if they did what they did with Mario and just did like a 3D All Stars thing with Zelda and
See,
just had
because the
like
thing about the thing about the Zelda rematch, like all you have to do is you have to take the 3DS ports, enhance the textures or whatever, put it on Switch,
yeah,
sell it. I'll buy it. I don't care what you charge. It is Zelda, and I will buy that. I will buy it to
yeah.
play those
Hey,
games on my TV in HD. I will give you $60. I promise, Nintendo. I promise. If you provide me with the Zeldas, I will give you $60. You can't see it, but behind that Goku and that Wario is a one of the 25th anniversary Zelda posters on my wall. But
but
I absolutely love Zelda.
I know we're getting Skyward Sword HD. They'll probably do like a tiny little thing of that.
Skyward
Uh,
Sword HD. That's so
yeah.
bad. That's so
Yep.
bad.
They'll probably do a little thing with that. I would love to see something for Breath of the Wild 2 and as you said, maybe like do just a double pack with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and put it on Switch like they did with Mario with the three games. I would love that they
Mm-hmm.
did that. I would
Or even if they
I
did,
would love that
what if they
so
did a
much.
quadruple pack with Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Ocarina of Time HD, Majora's Mask HD?
I don't know if they're gonna
Uh,
do that, mate.
think of the possibilities, Smooth.
Now that would be something worth 60.
That would be. I'd give them a kidney for that.
But that's mostly everything. Like maybe like
mm.
just the rumored Donkey Kong game. I would love for that to be true. Just probably just the next Kirby. I would love to see that. Stuff with Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2, all that stuff, and potentially something with Mario. I doubt we'll get a big new Mario announcement, but hey, you never know. It's Nintendo. You really never know. But that was pretty much everything for me of what I would love to see.
Okay. Now listen to this.
Oh God. Oh boy.
So let me outline to you exactly what I want to see from Nintendo.
Hmm.
I want at Treehouse this year, I want to see Pokemon Legends Arceus at Nintendo Treehouse this year.
I didn't
I
even.
want
I did not even
I
think
want
about that game.
Pokemon Legends Arceus to be there. I don't know if it will. I feel like they're going to probably do a Pokemon Direct later on in the year since that game is launching in January. So they're probably going to see one later on in the year. But I
Yeah.
would love to see that game being demoed at Treehouse. That would be incredible.
I didn't even
Um,
think about that game. That is definitely one for me as well, because I want to learn more about that game so bad.
I need them to tell me that Metroid Prime 4 is okay. I need them to tell me it's. I don't need. Listen, I don't need you to give me a release date. I just need you to tell me it's alive. Because I just need you to tell me that that game is alive. Because as it stands right now, nobody has any idea what's going on with that game. I just need you to tell me it's okay. Just tell me it's okay. Bayonetta 3. I just need you to tell me it's okay. I just need you to tell me it's alive. I need you to tell me it's still here and I can still look forward to it. Please.
You can say the same thing for
So,
Pikmin 4 as well.
so I can sleep at night. Okay, Pikmin 4. Listen, Pikmin is not. I don't believe in Pikmin 4. I'm sorry, I don't. And I love Pikmin, but I don't believe in Pikmin 4 because Pikmin is just not a high selling. It's not a high enough selling franchise. I think that really, when they put out Pikmin 3 on Switch, I don't think it did well. If I remember correctly, I don't think the sales numbers for it were extraordinarily high. Pikmin's just not a game with mass appeal. That's why it took them so long to make Pikmin 3, It's not a game with mass appeal. Uh,
I mean,
but
I'm not a big Pikmin fan, really. I just know that, that's just one of those games that's just like, is it happening? What's going on? Is it a lie? Just
I
like those
haven't
other two.
I haven't played Pikmin 3.
Oh,
Actually, I have Pikmin. I bought it last year. Yeah, I have Pikmin 3. Wow, I bought it. Remember I bought that on Wii U. I'm looking over on my shelf. It's right there. But
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I bought
do.
Pikmin 3. Yeah, when they announced the new one, I was like, well, I'm time to buy the old one.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm not giving you $60 to play Pikmin 3. But yeah, I have it. I never played it. I really love Pikmin 1. Pikmin 1 is one of my favorite GameCube games. Pikmin 2 is okay. But I haven't played Pikmin 3. Pikmin 2 is okay though. So, but I mean, I don't expect them to do a Pikmin 4 personally. Um, but yeah, I need them to tell me that Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3 are just alive. I need to know if they're still on life support or if they've pulled the plug on those projects. I have no idea.
I guess we haven't heard much. Well, actually, we haven't heard really anything from those two projects at all.
We've heard nothing.
Yeah.
All we got for both of those was a splash screen. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got was a splash screen. Of course, I would love to see Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know. These Switch Pro rumors have kind of I don't know. Switch Pro rumors, huh? Strange. I have a theory about the Switch Pro rumors. I have a theory.
Shoot.
Here's my theory. Why is Nintendo doing their show on a Tuesday? I think that's strange. Do you think that maybe Monday they're going to show off the Switch Pro and then Tuesday they're going to show off the games?
Hmm.
It's possible. It's possible.
I didn't think about that.
It's possible. They haven't said anything about it, but
Yeah, it seems like those rumors for like a Switch
they
Pro or
could.
like an enhanced Switch have been growing and growing since we've been
They've
getting
been
closer.
they've been everywhere. It's to the
Yeah.
point where most people just flat out believe it exists.
Yeah.
Uh
Oh, granted, these Switch Pro rumors have been going for a couple years,
They've
but
been going for a long time, but
yeah,
like now we've been hearing more from quote developers and more reliable sources that are saying that the Switch Pro exists.
yeah,
I can't tell you one way or the other. If we don't see it this year, I won't be completely shocked, if I'm being honest. I'm still skeptical as to whether or not something like that exists because I'm just not sure if something like that is really in Nintendo's blood, as a company to do. I don't know
yeah,
if that's something that they would really focus on, especially with the rumors that we've been hearing about, the potential price tag and the potential power and the performance that you could get out of it. I'm just not sure if that's what Nintendo's going to go for. I mean, if they do go for that, I mean, more power to them. That would be amazing. But I'm just not sure if that's something that they really would go for. But I would like to see a Switch Pro with an Ethernet port built in.
hmm
Thank you very much. I would like to see that, but I have no idea if we're going to see that. But really, and yes, I would like to see a new Kirby game, and I would like to see Breath of the Wild too. That's it. If Nintendo just honestly, you can even cross off Metroid and Bayonetta from that list. I would be very upset deeply. I'd probably cry myself to sleep that night, but I'd get over it because I saw Breath of the Wild 2. But if they say Breath of the Wild 2 is coming either this year or next year and they show off some more of that, that would be extremely exciting. A new Kirby game would just be a nice little cherry on top. But I do really want to see Pokemon Legends Arceus. Other than that, though, I really don't have any major wants from Nintendo. I would like to see a Switch Pro. I'd like them to confirm whether or not that's real, but I don't have any really major desires from Nintendo. I mean, like me, Smooth. You know me. I've kind of been a little tired of Nintendo in
me and
recent
you both.
years. Yeah, I've kind of been like a little bit sick of Nintendo and the way that they've run their business, and just the way they run their business, the way they maintain their console. I've just been kind of sick and fed up with it. The fact that their software is all overpriced and they don't give any discounts. Like there's never a
Yeah,
sale. They release games like Skyward Sword HD, charge you $60 for it, and it's literally just an HD port of Skyward Sword. They like even a game like Pikmin 3, they're launching that game at $60, and it's like, you know, people just aren't like, it's like, what do you not get, Nintendo? People aren't willing to pay. A game like Pikmin is a really obscure title. You can't expect people to pay $60 full price for an obscure game like that. It just doesn't make business sense.
yeah.
Skyward Sword HD, I mean, what are you thinking? You think people are going to spend $60 for one HD remaster of a game from like what 10 years ago almost, right? Or this is the 10-year anniversary of it, yeah, this year.
Uh,
This is the 10-year anniversary of
yes,
Skyward
yeah,
Sword.
it is.
Yeah, I don't know, like it's just a lot of the decisions that they've been making have really baffled me. The fact that I have to pay an extra $20 or $30 for an Ethernet port where every other system, and I'm gonna go on a mini rant, I know, but I get so annoyed whenever I think about, because this is why, like, I'm not too excited about Nintendo's E3, because I barely play my Switch anymore unless me and you are playing Mario Kart or Mario Party online. I
Yeah.
barely play my Switch anymore except for like online multiplayer games. Uh, and it's just, why do I have, like, video game consoles have had Ethernet ports standard since 2000,
Yeah.
1998 if you want to count the Dreamcast, which launched in Japan in 1998. It had a broadband port in it. Like, why, Nintendo? It's over 20 years later. What's going on? Why can't we have a built-in Ethernet port? I digress. I digress.
Yeah, you might want to stop before you go
I,
before you keep going.
I know, because I'll go overboard with it, but it frustrates me so much.
Yeah,
It just frustrates me so much.
with what I would want, it's more so like based off rumors, just pipe dreams, and what I think will probably be shown is mostly it. Because like out of everything I talked about, the only one that's actually happening is Breath of the Wild 2. Because like the Mario one, because like Odyssey 2, who knows? Kirby, who knows? Donkey Kong one, who knows? Like, but do you want
Nobody really knows.
you want to talk about like what we should expect?
um, I suppose we could talk about what we expect. Honestly,
Yeah, what the plan was.
I'll go first. I'll go first because my list is very short. I don't expect much. I'll be honest. I don't expect much. I'll be the first one to tell you I don't expect much out of this thing. I expect that we're gonna see some, I don't know. I expect that we're gonna hear a lot about games that we already know about. You know, um, but Nintendo's just been dropping game after game after game. I think that we're gonna probably hear more about Pokemon, maybe.
Potentially.
Maybe potentially. I think that we'll at least hear more about Brilliant Diamond and Pearl. Maybe potentially. I don't know. But the Pokemon company, they seem to really like doing their own directs separate from everything else that Nintendo does.
Yeah.
But
Normally
if
when
anything,
uh,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like normally when Pokemon shows up in E3, it's more so just like saying, "Hey, this exists," or "Here's a little tidbit of this game that you already know." It's not a full-blown announcement usually, because as you said, Pokemon Company always does their directs, and that's usually
They
when
seem to like doing their own thing, yeah.
yeah, and that's usually when they always announce their games. They don't normally announce them at like E3s or Nintendo Directs and such. If they do show up on those, it's games that we already know are coming out. They're just like little tidbits or saying, "Hey, these games, they still exist.
Hmm.
Here's what's happening." That's it.
I mean, really think about it though. Nintendo doesn't have a whole lot of games announced really late down the pipeline.
They don't
It
know.
seems like Nintendo's strategy has really changed in recent years, save for Metroid and Bayonetta. It seems that Nintendo really likes to announce games way closer to their launch and get them out, as quickly as they possibly can.
Yeah.
So that the hype doesn't die down before they release. I feel like what I expect is I expect to see something Zelda related. I expect that we're going to see some kind of Zelda something. It is the 35th anniversary of that series. It's also the 35th anniversary of the Metroid series. So hopefully we'll have some Prime updates. I half expect Prime updates. I really do half expect it, but we haven't seen that game in ages. So
Yeah.
I would expect to see something from that game. I mean, either we're going to see something from it, or it's just in the worst development hell that you could possibly imagine, which is not a situation that I think anybody really wants for that game. So I don't know. I hope it's okay. I don't think we're gonna see anything for Bayonetta 3, but I expect that we're probably gonna hear more about No More Heroes 3. Probably a little bit of tidbit about that because that is an upcoming game coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Um, there was a rumor recently about a new Monkey Ball game being listed. I think it was called Monkey Ball Banana Mania or something, Banana Blast or something like that. Something with bananas. I don't know. But that was a rumor that cropped up from I think a Brazilian gaming site. And I said to you the other day, it seems like these listings are always popping up on like Brazilian gaming sites, huh? Like Brazilian like gaming retail sites. They need to up their security.
Yeah, a
Or
little bit.
maybe not, because it does give us some leaks. But I don't know. Maybe a new Monkey Ball game is coming for Nintendo Switch. Who knows? That might get announced. I half expect that. I do feel like Sega would make another Monkey Ball game. I think that Banana Blitz HD sold pretty well. So I think that if they use that to sort of feel out, you know, if they use that as sort of like a feeler for making a new Monkey Ball game and releasing it, then yeah, I mean, go for it. So I might see something like that. Uh, yeah, I don't expect. I expect that we're going to see more of Sparks of Hope. Not a whole lot, but we might see them. Like talk a little bit more about it. Because it's a joint partnership between Ubisoft and Nintendo. I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that. Um, Yeah, I already said Pokemon. I kind of expect to see like maybe a new Kirby game. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that one. But yeah, I don't expect much. One thing that I'm kind of wondering about. One thing I'm kind of wondering about Splatoon 3, cuz we did get that Splatoon 3 trailer. When was that? Sometime last year, right? We got that Splatoon 3 trailer.
Was it last year or early this year? Because I know there was a direct.
I don't remember when it was. It might have been early this year. You know, time is just a blur in this, in this world we're living in now. Um
Yeah.
might have been early this year. So we might be seeing more Splatoon 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
heck,
was this
I
year. It was in
I
February.
don't want to say anything. I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but Splatoon 3 might be the big holiday game for this year. It's possible. I don't know why. I still don't know why they're making Splatoon 3.
Well,
It seems beyond me. I don't know why they wouldn't just keep adding more content to Splatoon 2. I'm not I'm not even going to I'm not even going to call I don't have any reasoning for that. What were we going to say, Smooth?
I was gonna say when I looked up when Splatoon 3 was announced, it had on the release date like 2022. So
20 I mean, I don't
so who knows what Nintendo's
I
end game is
expect they
gonna be for
have
this year, really.
something cooking for 2022. But
Um,
really, I think that what's made it more difficult to judge, and it's the same thing as last year. It's really the COVID pandemic that has impacted a lot of the development because I feel like Nintendo had a lot of plans that they of stuff that they wanted to get done, but just weren't able to get done because of the pandemic.
yeah.
So I think we're seeing a lot of stuff get shifted around. Hopefully, though, we're able to at least see what they're working on.
I expect the next Smash Bros. Character to be
Yes,
announced.
that is most likely going to happen. Yes,
Yeah.
I 100% expect that. Yeah.
Fingers crossed for Rayman. Uh,
What is your
anyway.
infatuation with this Rayman character?
Boy, he hasn't had a new console game since 2013. Let me have some hope.
All right, you can have your hope, bro, but I will kick dirt in it. I just want you to know
Dang,
that.
that's gonna sting. But
Yeah.
yeah, I expect the next Smash Bros. Character to be announced because they always do it at E3 when Smash Bros. Is going on with DLC. They always do that. Uh, I do expect Kirby. I do expect the next Kirby game. I would say Breath of the Wild 2. Either a either a teaser or an actual trailer. I feel like it might be an actual trailer to actually
Oh,
to maybe show it off. What's up?
speaking of Breath of the Wild 2, there was an announcement. I think there was an announcement that there's going to be more content coming to Age of Calamity.
Oh yeah, the DLC.
Yeah, so
I did not expect that, but
we'll probably be seeing something from that as well.
yeah,
Uh, so this could be a stacked year for Zelda. Um,
probably yeah.
who
Because
knows?
I mean, shoot, it was Mario, and so now go for Zelda. I feel like yeah, there'll probably be DLC for Age of Calamity for the holiday. Uh, hopefully something else except for just the DLC, and then Skyward Sword. Wait. When did it say Skyward Sword was releasing? You said July, right?
I don't care.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Um,
care.
I'm gonna throw a wild card and say that
Oh yeah.
there might be another port announced for coming to Switch. And I feel like that port might be Woolly World. I know we have Crafted World, but a ton of people like that game. It sold well on Wii U. They've been
Let
freaking
me
porting
tell you,
over a ton of them.
Yoshi's Woolly World is the best Yoshi game since Yoshi's Island.
Yeah. I I,
Period.
I feel
I
like
love that game.
I feel like they should port it over. And I know it had a 3DS version, but they can easily put the 3DS, the 3DS version content that was in there, put it on the Switch as well. They did that with Hyrule Warriors. It was released on the Wii U. They ported it to the 3DS with a whole bunch of content on there, and they stacked all of it together to put it on the Switch. They could do the same with Woolly World, and like as I said, I know we have Crafted World on Switch. That's a pretty alright game. It's pretty fun. But it honestly, they would be dumb to not port Woolly World over to the Switch. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Like, I'm kind of
Well, I
surprised.
think they haven't done it because they didn't want it to cannibalize the sales of their other Yoshi game that they have on the Switch already.
Well, yeah, but I think
You
Crafted
know,
World came out
Crafted
like
World.
what, 3 years ago, something like that.
I think it was 2018. I think or 20. I think it was 2018. I'm not sure. But I mean, yeah,
So
like I
yeah,
mean, Crafter. It's the same reason why people are saying like, oh, like, or I think you said that you hope there's a new Mario Kart, or was that someone else?
I mean, I used to say that, but like as you've said, why would they make a new Mario Kart for the Switch when Deluxe has been selling so well? And
Yeah,
it's all
why make another Mario Kart when you're already making a bajillion dollars?
yeah,
You're already making a bajillion dollars off of a game that you made like 7 years ago.
yeah,
Like
and but yeah, I do expect
it
a
tops charts every year. 7-year-old game tops charts every year for
yeah,
Switch.
it's ridiculous. But I do expect a port and it being Woolly World, with the content from the Wii U and the 3DS being put on Switch.
I would bet against you on that one, my friend.
Hey,
I
do
would
it.
bet against you.
Do it. But that I
Okay.
mean, all right, it's settled. But I mean, other than that, like I do ex I do expect a teaser for Prime 4, at least a teaser, just as you said, just to say, hey, it's still happening. Like I feel
I
like
just
there'll
need to know
probably
that
be a
it's okay.
teaser. Yeah, I feel like there'll probably be a teaser for Prime
just
4. I feel
just
like
let me see
it's
my child.
I feel like it's time for that. I know there was apparently rumors of a new 2D Metroid, apparently.
That'd be neat. I'd play that. I'd buy that and play that.
And it really all it said was like the rumor was like new 2D Metroid for, Switch. It didn't say like if it was like some kind of remake or if it was original. It just new 2D Metroid
Samus
apparently.
returns again on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Metroid Samus returns again. That's the title of the game.
Just kidding. Um, but yeah, really it for me. I don't expect a new Mario Kart. Even though I love Mario Kart, I don't expect that because of how well 8 Deluxe has been selling.
I don't expect a
Uh,
new Mario Kart or a new Mario Party
yeah.
at all.
I one in with what I was wanting, I was thinking of saying maybe like a Mario RPG, but who knows what's going on with that whole thing. So that's not gonna worry about that. But other than that, that's really it for me with what I would expect.
Mhm.
Because like as you
Uh,
said, we don't know what Nintendo's
we
holiday.
have no idea what they're cooking up. We have no idea what their holiday is gonna be. It's very hard to tell,
Yeah.
really, because they've already thrown out a lot of their big heavy hitters. Pokemon. We already know what Pokemon's doing.
Yeah.
Mario just had his big blowout palooza last year. Um, we already know there's a Breath of the Wild 2 on the way. So if that's coming this holiday or if that's coming next year, we have no idea.
Yeah.
And then just there's a lot of games that we know of that are coming out next year, or some games that I just personally don't think would be coming out this year. I mean, Metroid Prime 4, I don't think that's happening this year. Bayonetta 3, I don't think that's happening this year. I would be very pleasantly surprised. I would be ecstatic if any of those games came out anytime soon. But I just feel like the roadmap is just not there for this year. I think this year is going to be a bit of a tame one for Nintendo. I think we are going to see some Zelda related surprises, which I'm going to be excited about. But overall, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I feel like the later half of this year is probably going to be a lot of Zelda. Probably Age of Calamity DLC. There's Skyward Sword HD. I'm hoping at least
Skyward Sword HD. Every time you say it, I just roll my eyes.
I I'm just hoping there's at least another announcement for the anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Breath of the Wild 2, which I I don't know if it will be this year. I'm hoping, or if it'll
Hope
be
away.
like, or if it'll be like spring next year or something like that. Because we literally don't know much about the game
I
unless
don't expect that this year. I
I don't
expect that
either.
like I expect it's gonna be next year. Yeah.
Yeah, with it being with it being the holiday game next year, I don't know about that one. I'm thinking maybe spring. It just depends on if they show anything. If they don't show anything, then it's probably going to be holiday 2022, if that's the case.
I would love a Switch Pro this year. I would really love that if it exists. I'm like I said, I'm still skeptical, but a lot of rumors and a lot of outlets out there have been pointing to the idea of the Switch Pro launching and having Breath of the Wild be sort of its flagship game to sort of prove the capabilities of the hardware. Maybe Zelda running at 60 FPS or 4K resolution or whatever or what have you. A lot of people have been saying that they believe that's going to be the case and that's going to be the big selling point for the Switch Pro. I hope they're right. I would love that. I would love to be able to play Nintendo games and get the same sort of performance or at least a similar level of performance in terms of frame rate that I'm able to get on my Series X and my PS5. That would be fantastic, I mean, sitting and playing a game like Ratchet and Clank and seeing how beautifully that game plays and runs, you can't help but imagine what a Zelda game or a Mario game would look like with that level of detail and dedication, the level that we know Nintendo is capable of. So it's really just kind of a wait and see situation there. I would love that. I half expect it this year. I'm like I said, very skeptical of whether or not it actually exists. Very skeptical, but we will see.
Yeah, because Nintendo doesn't really do that. Like if they like release something new, like well, not a quote unquote new console or an enhanced version of the console, but a like like first say like the Wii, they first released the Wii, and then they released like a different version of it with it, but it just had like more memory. Like,
Counter argument.
uh-oh, here we go.
You have to remember that Nintendo has since combined their handheld and home console divisions, right? And the handheld, while that is true of the console division of Nintendo, the handheld division has always released enhanced, modified versions of their devices.
Yeah.
Look at the original
It's,
Game Boy. The Game Boy got the Game Boy Pocket, it got the Game Boy Light, then the Game Boy Color came out, Game Boy Advance came out, then they revisioned it with the Game Boy Advance SP, they revisioned it again with the Game Boy Micro, same thing with the DS, into the DS Lite, into the DSi, DSi XL, 3DS, etc., etc., etc.
yeah.
So I think that if they're carrying over that same mentality, I think that this is a strong possibility when you really take into consideration the fact that there's like people from that division are presumably working on Nintendo hardware. So it is quite possible in my opinion.
Yeah, it is possible that they are working on that, but I mean, like, who really knows? But yeah, I was more so just
Miyamoto,
talking about like the consoles. I
probably
know handheld they done that. Wait, what was that?
Miyamoto's probably sleeping next to his Switch Pro right now, got it tucked under his pillow.
True. I hope it's not the actual pillow though.
But what were you saying?
But I was saying that's why I was speaking in terms of like their consoles. I know with their handhelds they've done that plenty of times, but I was talking in terms of like their consoles mostly.
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly, but you know, like I said, Nintendo they could like they combine their home console division and their handheld console division into one division, and that's the division that put out the Nintendo Switch. That's why I'm saying, you know, there might be a new change of philosophy here with
Yeah.
the Switch, where maybe Nintendo is now more open to doing these hardware revisions in the same way that the handheld division, when it was on its own, did tons of hardware revisions of the Game Boys and the DSs and 3DSs and whatnot. Maybe now Nintendo's a little bit more open to doing these revisions of the Nintendo Switch. Only time will really tell. Uh, but
Yeah.
I'm crossing my fingers that it's real. I would love to play even something like Breath of the Wild with a 60 FPS patch. Come on, you can't go wrong with that.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible. And I thought Breath of the Wild was a beautiful and amazing experience all on its own. But a 60 FPS patch with that game, that would be absolutely incredible. Uh, any final thoughts, Smooth, before we wrap things up here?
Uh, Mostly just we don't really know what's going on with their holiday, and I mean, that's really it. Like, we just don't know what's mostly going on with the later half. I mean, I'm sure they'll show that off with what's
Yeah.
going on with the later half and then early 2022. But other than that, no, that's basically it for me.
And for all you folks out there, if you caught the episode that we did recently where I was with David talking about the Xbox, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, our expectations are kind of low, kind of curbed, because there's just so much animosity right now with what's going to happen with these consoles. And with Nintendo, there's so many wild rumors. It's very hard to pin down what exactly is real and what isn't. I would love to believe that the rumors are real because the rumors all sound very promising. But you know, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet, and you have to take everything with a healthy dose of a healthy dose of skepticism. uh, but yeah, I guess that's it. You know, I want to say I do apologize if I was yawning a lot during this episode. We would have recorded this like what 2 hours ago, right?
Like two
Two
or
hours.
3 hours, yeah.
No, like it was like 2 or 3 hours ago we would have recorded this. But my neighbors were having some kind of a gathering and there was loud music and you know I didn't want it to come through on the microphone, so I had to wait for all that stuff to die down. So if I was yawning, I do apologize for that. I am a little bit tired. It's about 10 o'clock at night now, and I think I might be heading to bed after this. But Smooth, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show
Yeah,
to
no
talk about
problem.
Nintendo. I will be coming back next week to talk a little bit about Sony all by my lonesome. That's going to be a much shorter episode. I hope you all tune in for that. But from us here at Orbit, thank you very much for watching. We hope you all enjoy your E3 as much as we hope to enjoy ours. Tomorrow we've got the big Xbox showcase. This episode of Orbit will probably go up after that, probably sometime on Monday. But yeah, hope you all enjoy the rest of your days, the rest of your weeks, whatever. Hope you enjoy your E3, and yeah. I always suck. I always suck at the outros. I always suck at the outros. Anyways, everybody, you all have a good night and take care of yourselves.
So, yeah.